Okay, hi guys. Welcome to That Tom Bloke Racing. I'm Tom, that Tom Bloke. As you can see probably from the title of the video, this is going to be a series where I document myself going from an average, average driver to being slightly better than average. I know technically that might mean in the top 49%, but let's be a bit more ambitious. I think we can realistically look at the top 10% of drivers, I reckon. Certainly not setting my sights on those top spots. Those guys are unbelievable. Too much of a challenge. Not enough time in life. So this is not a video on how to be the best. I can't teach you that. I'm not I'm an average driver. So if you're looking for tutorial videos, I recommend another channel. Also, it'd be like picking up a guitar on day one thinking you're going to be like Jimi Hendrix. It's not realistic. It would be soul destroying to try and set there. So I think we've set something realistic and achievable. The reason I'm doing this is because I've noticed a lot of people, particularly in the Reddit groups, who have done exactly what I've done recently. They bought themselves a decent cockpit, a decent wheelbase, but they also have full-time jobs and lives. But they want to get better at the game rather than just a player every now and again. So if you guys are watching, then great. Hopefully you get some tips and you can join in on that. So then the question struck me like, what does that look like? What does that journey to that top 10% look like? As someone who works in business, the way my brain works is then that objective needs to be SMART. So SMART, S-M-A-R-T, means S for specific. So we've set our specific target, top 10%. Measurable, we know it's measurable. The game has leaderboards, plus it's now going to be documented. Achievable, top 10%, I think, is achievable. Relevant, but I like to replace this with realistic. This isn't relevant. It's just a middle-aged guy dicking around. Time bound. This is going to be 2025 challenge up to December the 31st, 2025. So I went to ChatGPT and I asked it to write me a program as if this was an exercise program like Couch to 5K. This is what it gave me. It's really cool. I asked it for a monthly target, gradually getting me better and better, getting me a step forward each month and setting me a goal at the end of each month, most importantly. I play Gran Turismo 7 and Formula 1 23, so I'm going to be doing both of these at the same time. I will read out what these say at the end, just so we can have a bit of time to absorb it. I'm not a total beginner at these games. I've been playing them for years, but just for fun, on a controller, assists on, just in the arcade kind of way. Decent level. Now I've got a bit more time and I'm just loving it so much. I want to get better. I'd love you to join me. I'm not going to be one of those YouTubers that begs for subscribes and likes, but if you want to watch along, do it. If you want to join in, I would love that. Let's share some tips, share some experiences, share some notes, help each other out. I think that would motivate me a lot. Hopefully it might motivate you a lot. This is all doable stuff. So this is day one. It's January the 25th, 2025. I'm going to show you a lap that I recorded, show you where I'm at today, and then we'll use that as the benchmark throughout the year. I've also filmed a quick segment of what equipment I'm using, so you know, again, what stuff I'm using, what level I'm at. Should probably point out I have never done any video editing before, so this could look awful. If it looks even half decent, I've done well. So bear with me on that. So finally, before we set the challenges, I just want to give a bit of a mention to some YouTubers I've been watching a lot recently. Super GT, Rory Alexander, JD Limitless. They're all unbelievably cool drivers to watch. I've learned a lot from them. I would love it if I could get to a point where I'm in a race with them one day and holding it up. Carl Gosling, particularly, Boosted Media, Digit Racing for reviews on the equipment. I was so lost when I decided I want to do this. I didn't know where to start. All of those guys, I recommend watching their stuff. So let's jump to the lap and the equipment videos I've got, and then we'll come back. Okay, so we're going to go to my favourite course, Spa. We're going to take this Audi R8 LMS. Let's just put in a lap. This is straight off the cuff where I'm at today. If you're interested, I'm using headphones. I've got a little monitor in here. little headphone. These headphones as a DJ, these are Pioneer HDJ 2000s. I think I can honestly say the biggest step up I've had in driving recently was using headphones instead of my old TV. Alright, let's do a lap. Yes, so I keep racing line and brake zone on in Gran Turismo. Don't really need them, and I certainly don't need them in the Formula 1 game. I'm very familiar with all the tracks in that. GT7, I just keep it in because obviously every time you do something you're in a different car. Cut that a bit there. I quite like this car. I know a lot of people don't. I think we had to use it for one of the World Touring Car 600 races or something like that. And you had to do an hour here, and it went nighttime, and it went raining. Then I did nighttime and raining. It's just a horrible race, but I used this and I actually grew to really quite like it. I deliberately picked something I think I'm okay at, because if I could do something that I'm good at, then that gives me a tougher benchmark to chase. So we'll do this, we'll do one for the F1 game in a minute as well. That's going to be harder, I haven't played that for a while now. Probably could have taken that corner a bit better. So yeah, I've been using manual gears now, maybe 2 weeks. Took some getting used to, but I'm glad I did. My lap times are a bit better. I'm not perfect. You quite often forget to upshift when you come out of a corner because you're concentrating on hitting your apexes. Really close. But I definitely recommend it. It didn't take long to get my lap times back to what they were on the automatics. Like I say, I recommend the headphones massively. Like when you start to hear the tyres squeal, cars around you, all kinds of things, it's a game changer for me. Always likes to squeal out of that corner. Okay, so that is our benchmark from here on. 223.9. I think I've done better than that. I feel like I've done a 222 once, but I don't know. But that's okay. That's our benchmark. So we'll revisit that every now and again, just to see how we're comparing. But we'll certainly revisit it on December the 31st, 2025. I should have stated it's January the 25th, 2025 now. So what's basically exactly 11 months to get this done. Yeah, so that's Spa in the Audi. I should have looked at my settings actually, but I think my traction control is on 1, maybe 2. There's no ABS, there's no counter steer. Sorry, ABS is on default actually. But anyway, that's our benchmark. Okay, so we did the Gran Turismo lap. I've got to do the F1 lap now. I'll be honest, it's been a long time since I've opened this game up. So I'm going to be a bit rusty. I think the best way to do this is in time trial. I was tempted, I don't really know much about F1 World here. The only thing I've ever done are these time trials just to test some car setups. I was going to do Spa again for comparison, but I thought it'd be better to do something different. If I've understood this correctly, if I take this car and then I go and do some online stuff in F1 World, this car will improve. So I want to make sure that whatever I do today and whatever I do on December the 31st, everything is the same other than my talent. For that reason, I'm going to take a sort of default preset car. I might be wrong on that, but if I do it, I can't get it wrong. We're going to go to Great Britain. We're going to go to Silverstone, my favourite track. One of my favourite tracks anyway, not just because it's England. I went to a couple of races there. It's amazing fun. So if we look at the setup, I'm just going to use the default. So we're on the balanced preset 3, fine, whatever. So I've actually done laps on here before. This would have been a long time ago, probably a year ago or so when I was playing a lot. I've done a 1:30, 1:14. You can see all the assists are on, no custom setup. Oh look, I didn't know this existed. So I am 289,738th in the world out of 455,000. That puts me in the top 64%. So there's our measurable stat. We've got 54% to improve. Interestingly, that guy 123.8. Well, I've got to find just 6.5 seconds a lap, and he's got all the assists on. All right, well, look, let's go race. Let's see what happens. Like I say, could be very rusty on this. Oh yeah, so I keep the racing line. Really don't normally need it here. I'm just going to do it here because it's been, well, I would say, a couple of months since I've opened this game. Just good to get a refresher. I forget how much more force feedback this game seems to have than Gran Turismo. It's nice. Well, I appreciate some of you might think it's weird that I'm filming my feet, and that's fair enough. It's not because I'm into anything weird. If you like that sort of stuff, there's other websites, probably better ones for you. But it's because I've got the upgrade kit sitting over there. I've got the load cell pedal, brake pedal, and I've got the throttle upgrade kit is all I really know about it. Wait, that's a bit too wide there. And I want to see the difference in the pedals, particularly in like the travel of the pedals between now and once I've relearned on the new kit. I just think that'll be interesting to see. Again, by all means, if you want to comment and give me some tips on how to make some improvements on my lap here, go for it. Remember my level though, I'm not world class. But like, it's good to join to make this sort of community. I think if you want to throw insults, go for it. I'm sure somebody will. Nothing offends me, so say whatever you like. I don't care. Just at least make it funny or something, so that we can all enjoy it. All right. Well, at least we've done a valid lap. Don't think. Oh, okay. We gained a lot of time on that corner. Right. One lap. Boom. 129. Where's that say? In session, yes. So that, I think that's at 129. 129.961. Who's this? Is that, not sure who that is. 129.961 with the fastest set to 2. So where does that put us on the leaderboard now? I can't remember what it said I was. But let's have a look. Oh, I don't know what that's for. Okay, so I need to go back into it to look. That's could have been better. Okay, so I think if we go Great Britain, view leaderboard. So now I am, find me, 285th, top 63%. We got 1% improvement. Oh, this is going to be a challenge. Wow, okay. This is going to be much harder than the Gran Turismo challenge. I would look at my friends' leaderboard. I don't have any friends. I never play games online. Like, I'm one of the older generation, grew up without the online thing and I never really changed it. Maybe that'll change. I don't know. If you want to add me, you can. I don't know if you do that in game. If so, TRogers77 is my name. If not, then somebody tell me how to do it. It would be cool if you want to add me as a friend and we can do this together. That would be quite cool as well. But that's it. That's the F1 lap time. Looks like we've got a long way to go on F1. Long way to go. If I'm honest, I think I enjoy this game more when I'm into it, so I'm not bothered about that. But that's it. That's our benchmark today. Let's do this. Cheers. Okay, so thought I'd give you a tour of what I'm going to be using for this, or rather what I've sort of upgraded to over the last few months. So like I say, I have been playing games for years. I've been playing them on a controller. Did pretty well over the years with it, but it was always just for fun. And then, like I've said in the intro, I've got time and space now, so I thought I'd upgrade. This looks cool. I don't think it's as expensive as it looks, which is a nice thing to have. So I'll walk you through it. So just to let you know, I knew that I wanted to do something like this, but I tested it with the Playseat Challenge X, which is one of those foldable chairs. You can stick it in the cupboard when you're done. And the Logitech G923 wheel and pedal set. It had a thing called True Force feedback, but it was essentially gear driven. I love that. Within 4 months, I knew I wanted to upgrade. So actually, I ended up selling all of that as a package, putting it towards this. So the seat is the Playseat Formula Instinct F1 edition. It's new. It's only been out a few months, I think. I did do a quick video on another channel I've got just as a review of that. So I'll link that. Maybe I'll put it in a card in the top. I don't know how it works, but you can check that out. It's really, really cool. Bear in mind, it is a Formula One position seat only. If you either want a GT position seat or a hybrid seat, this is not going to work for you. It's pretty adjustable. You can move this bit backwards and forwards. You can move the angle of this arm, the wheel plate. You've got all these adjustable parts here on the pedal trays. It's a really cool seat. I'm going to be honest, it's so comfortable. There are times when I come home from work and I'm knackered, and I want to race, and then I just flop into the seat, and it's super comfortable. So despite the fact that it looks thin compared to your Recaro race seat or whatever, it's really comfortable. I've also spent entire days here on the weekend and been absolutely fine with it. So like I say, that was from Playseat. It's 600 euros, I think. But bear in mind, I'm in the UK, and it was going to be, I think, 60 odd quid to ship it over. I think they're based in the Netherlands. So I actually found some on eBay, all brand new box, they're just UK resellers. And I think I got one for 430 quid. So sorry to Playseat, you still get your money obviously, but guys, I would head there first. It was free P&P as well. So I'm really happy with that. The wheelbase, wheel and pedals was one bundle from Fanatec. It's the Gran Turismo, obviously the Gran Turismo DD Pro bundle. So it's the 5 Newton meter wheelbase, the Gran Turismo specific wheel, in the CSL pedals. I'll get back into the pedals in a minute. So then I got the monitor stand was from GT Omega. I think it's like 70 quid. I mean, I don't know what else you need from a monitor stand. It does what you need it to do. It holds the monitor. It's not connected to the wheel, but that's good. I can move it backwards, forwards, up and down, whatever I want. I'm happy with that. The monitor itself, I wanted a curved. Being a PS5, you can't go bigger than a 16:9 ratio screen. I would have loved an ultra wide screen, but the truth is I don't plan to change from the PS5 anytime soon. So I got this 32-inch one. It did come with built-in speakers, but I was massively disappointed with those. Virtually non-existent. As it happens, I race with headphones when I'm home alone anyway, which is amazing. But I did buy this little plug-in speaker. It just plugs into the headphone jack. It's quite nice actually. Kind of lights up with RGB colors. So if I've got my mates around and stuff, that's just, means we can do that without all having headphones on. You can see the microphone here for the YouTube side, all running from the PS5, bog standard PS5. Got it when they first came out, luckily. So not a Pro, not a Slim or anything. That's where I'd set the camera up. So on the pedals, so this is how they come out of the box. And you're probably thinking, Tom, those pedals are way far apart. And I agree with you. That was my first thought. However, on this wheelbase, on this cockpit, you can't see it, but underneath here, you fix the pedal set to the wheelbase with a screw that comes up underneath. the holes do not slide all the way across on those. So I actually can't move the pedals further in and fix it to the base tray. Maybe if I got some drilling out or whatever I could. Having said that, when I sit down, they're actually about sort of shoulder width apart. And it's not uncomfortable at all. If anything, I've got quite used to it. I quite like it. I actually wonder whether I would want them any closer together now. The other thing is this is the standard set. I do have to say they would be a bargain if you're buying them on their own. This is, let me get this right, 80 euros. So 65, 70 quid in the UK. For what it is, that's a bargain. They're very, very well made. Nice solid feel. I think they look cool. Apart from the plastic faceplates, but we'll get on to that. But they know what they're doing with this. They know that you'll buy this and then you'll probably want to upgrade it quite soon. So the pedal is not a load cell pedal. It's based on distance traveled rather than pressure like a real car. The accelerator I find a little bit soft, a little bit washy for my liking. So annoyingly, I've filmed those previous bits of me racing already with this, but literally this morning I got my delivery of the load cell kit. So I'll replace that pedal there. I don't use a clutch. If you do, you could change that pedal to be the clutch pedal, and then this would be your new brake pedal. But realistically, I'm going to have a spare pedal there. And then because I don't like those plastic face plates, I got these nice brushed, I guess they're painted aluminium, not sure, but I just think they look cool. And then these guys, this is from a company called Race Sim Engineering. I just go to racesimengineering.co.uk for a bit of a better pedal kit. It just adds a bit of resistance, I think, to the throttle accelerator pedal, whichever country you're in. I will probably put those on over this weekend, so by the time the next video comes out, admittedly I'm going to have to relearn everything with new brake and new accelerator, but that's fine. That's part of this whole experience, I guess. So there we go. That's the setup I'm using. Not as expensive as it looks. I don't know, 1,300 quid, I guess, all in, minus what I got back for the first place seat. So yeah, let me know if you've got any questions about that. Cheers, guys. Okay, great. So hopefully now you've just seen a lap, judge point where I am at the moment, and you've seen the equipment I'm using as well. So I thought, let's see what the challenges are. So like I say, it's January the 25th today. January is basically over. What seems fair is maybe to combine January and February targets and hit them by the end of February. It's a short month anyway. So I'll put these on the screen while I read them out. Gran Turismo 7, January, called Master the Basics. Complete all driving school tests with silver or gold medals. That's quite difficult sometimes. I've actually done everything on bronze medal just to get them out of the way, get some cars. Got a few gold medals, probably some silvers in there, but I'm going to need to check where I'm at with that. Learn 3 tracks, 1 from each region with no driving aids. Doable. And then the goal for January to win a 5-lap race against AI on easy difficulty with clean laps. I reckon I'm not far off that. I should be able to do that. For February, it's about control and handling. Master manual transmission. Hopefully you've just seen from the video. That's new to me, but I think I'm getting there. Practice braking techniques to hit consistent braking points on 3 tracks. Yeah, fine. And the goal for February is to win a 10-lap race against AI on intermediate difficulty with fuel consumption and tyre wear enabled. That's a doable challenge. I've probably done some of those already, but making it part of this will be good. That's Gran Turismo. So for the Formula 1, like I say, I use Formula 1 23, not 24. Didn't see the point. I'm not going to buy that game every year. So for that, January, we basically have 1 challenge and 1 goal. So January, basic control and track familiarity. It says complete time trials on 3 tracks, Monaco, Silverstone and Monza, with assists on. I'm laughing at that because I quite often remove Monaco from career mode calendar. I used to love it. Back in GT3, I used to rinsed Monaco in the Tommy Kyra ZZ2 and I loved it, but these days it's just so painfully difficult, but that's a challenge. Let's do it. Silverstone happens to be one of my favourites. Monza I find quite easy, that's a good lap, and the goal for January, win a 5-lap race against AI on easy difficulty with clean laps and no penalties. I think we can do that. For February, intermediate racing techniques. It's called turn off traction control and practice throttle management. Good. That's something I know I'm going to have to do. I'm not as far ahead on Formula One as I am on GT, so that's good. And then the goal for February is to win a 10-lap race against AI on intermediate difficulty, including a pit stop. My guess is that ChatGPT, you don't set up a 10-lap race. It's probably 25%, I think, is the closest we can get to that. So that's it. That's the challenges. Write them down yourself. We'll go through at the end of each month what those were and if we hit them, and then we'll obviously set the next month. So hopefully you pause that, wrote them down if you're going to play along. Okay, so that's it. I'm really looking forward to doing this. I'm going to do it whether people follow me or not, but I hope you do. I think it'd be quite fun if we get a group of us trying to do it. I think this program looks doable, but has its challenging phases, definitely. I don't know how often I'll be able to get to do a video, but like I said, I'm going to flick between Gran Turismo and F1, whatever I feel like, I guess, that day. Hopefully I'll get better at video editing as I go along, but what I will make sure I do is recap our goals, so that I know where I'm at, whether I'm hitting targets, but so that you can do the same, and then you can know what the next month is going to be, the next month's goals are going to be as well, so you can set off. Let me know, let's chat in the comments. Give me some tips. Let's do this. Really looking forward to this project. I will hopefully see you soon. Thanks, guys.